ho, ho, ho. Hail yeah, brother. Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man as voted by Gabriel, Carmen, Luis, Paloma, Luna, Fernando, Valentina, Victoria, David, Inez, and Mia. Who do we have in the chat room right now? We only have Fletcher, Captain Chloroform, Dietrich, Satrib, and Quaint. That's funny because I said everyone give me a oh hell yeah, and I got a whole lot of nothing. But it has been a very exciting week, and I have a lot of fun things to talk to you guys about. Let's start with a little bit of skating. Last week, I complained about the people smoking weed at the skate park because it made the whole park stink and there were children around. Well, this week, I've been working on my sleep schedule, so I got up early in the morning. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you guys. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. The current time is 3:17, which means we are 15 minutes early, and I'll explain why in a minute. Anyways, I showed up to the skate park early. No weed, no kids, no nothing. I walked in, I said, this is gonna be great. Non-stop focus, right? Even the cars driving by weren't being dicks. Sometimes you get to a quiet skate park and suddenly it's a motocross, like motorcycle speed event, or it's gonna be like 18-wheelers going by every time you try the trick. This was a day where no one was even on the road. And I did a backside flip and I said, oh boy, this backside flip sure landed easily. My warm-up was easy. My body was feeling great. And of course, then something bad had to happen. The landscapers showed up, and I'm sure they didn't do this on purpose, but it felt like they went out of their way to fuck me up. All right. Two of them were racing on their little go-karts to carry like broken trees and shit. They surrounded me in a circle with leaf blowers, blowing carcinogens into my lungs during the trick. Every time I would try to do the trick, a weed whacker would go off. And I was like, dude, this is so fucking annoying. Turned out, though, we ended up landing the trick. No big deal. Hopefully you guys were able to catch that video. It's funny. I have basically two channels right now that are mostly the most popular videos I make are me reviewing other skaters. And the number one question I get, is, you don't actually skate. I'd love to see you skate. I'd love to see you do a trick on a skateboard since all you do is judge people. And then I answer, well, good news for you. I've uploaded a video on my channel every single Friday for 10 straight years. So if you want to see clips of me skating, you can just go there and click the videos. And then the answer usually is, well, I don't want to see that. Why would I want to see that? Because your first sentence was, I'd like to see you skate. Then I tell you how you can do that. And they go, well, why would I want? We're going in a big circle. You asked for this. Can you imagine going to Taco Bell? Like, I'll have a crunch wrap, please. Okay, that'll be $4. I didn't order a crunch wrap. You did. That's why you're here. Though your receipt says crunch wrap, your mouth said crunch wrap. Yeah, but I don't actually want one, idiot. And now everyone else is dumb except for you. So what I was getting at is that even though the number one question that people want, the information they want from me is, do I skate? The videos of me skateboarding get the fewest views on my channel. Always thought that was kind of funny, and it's been even more evident lately. Feeling good though, man, for an old guy, still flipping the board, unlike some professional skaters, still skating switch, still skating manuals and handrails, variety. Last week we did body varial blunt 180. I mean, as far as that goes, modern standards, I'm surprised I'm not currently a professional right now. If age had bonus points, they would have to put me up there with Nija compared to what I'm seeing right now across the board, across the industry. It doesn't matter though. What else has been going on? Well, a couple weeks ago, I talked to you guys about motivation. I talked to you guys about me finding motivation to clean things in my house and throw away old things that I have no use for and donate shit to the thrift stores and all that. And then I had the first half of the week, I had no motivation to do anything, right? I get my skate videos done or whatever, but the rest of my time is spent lazing on the couch, knowing that I have things to do. I have laundry to do. I have to do the dishes. I have some chores to do in the backyard. I have a long list of things to do. And I started consciously thinking about, well, what did I have last week that I didn't have this week? And I don't know if this is true, but everything starts with a theory, right? My theory is that last week I took a couple of multivitamins throughout the week and I ate more eggs. I mean, I don't want to say that humans are controlled by what they eat, but surely what you eat has a major impact on everything, right? Even the way you think, I would imagine. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that as if I know, but I'm kind of doing these experiments on myself. And here's what I did. I took a multivitamin every single day this week, and I bought expensive eggs. And I'm sorry to tell you guys, although the eggs are expensive, they actually taste better too, which is a complete setback and backfire because they taste better, they cost more. You want to eat them more now, but you're also deep down you know that same item is cheaper somewhere else. Anyways, the expensive eggs taste better, and that's going to be a big setback in my life. But also, I got my motivation back. I've been cleaning, took some carpet outside, power washed it, hit it with the shop vac. Did that with 2 different little carpet rug sections in my house. Cleaned the other bathroom, got all my cleaning supplies organized. Did some work in my room, vacuumed a lot. And for a lot of you guys, these are normal things that everyone would do, but these are things that I've struggled with to find motivation to do and having a little bit of success, right? The issue is I see things that need to be done and I don't end up doing them. A lot of you guys have suggested that maybe that's autism or ADHD. Maybe it is, but if we can solve it with a couple of eggs and a multivitamin a day, then maybe we're on the right track, especially considering I'm getting old and I don't want to make this an old man podcast, but the things that were easier to be motivated about 10 years ago are harder now, right? It's hard to get out of bed. My back goes, then I roll out of bed and I grab a can of oil and I dump it into my joints like I'm on the Wizard of Oz. So finding a way to continue to be motivated is working really well. I think last week we talked about me becoming the salsa god, and I've made a little bit of progress on the salsa. I made a salsa last week where I used the basic ass traditional ingredients. Onions, garlic, tomatoes, peppers. And it was just supposed to work out. I used the immersion blender to blend it, and it became too blended. It almost became like a paste, like a foamy paste. And it messed up it was like baby food. It messed up the texture. There was no crunch in it, ruined it. Came back a few days later, tried it again, and we're making a little bit more progress. Treating the onions a little bit differently. Instead of using whole cilantro and blending that, I just very finely diced the stems and threw those in there, just raw. Now the salsa has crunch. Also, I didn't over blend it. And worked out really good. The only problem now that I'm having is I used a couple of dry peppers, like specifically chile de árbol, and the skins of those peppers remained kind of like hard and chewy. So I think the issue there is either soak them or boil them for longer. I will let you guys know next week the process with the salsa. One thing I did find, though, is that the immersion blender that I have is not very good. It doesn't have a lot of power. So whatever it blends has to already be pretty weak, right? It has to already be a weak-ass tomato. or, boiled and soft enough to poke with a fork, and then the immersion blender can handle it. So that makes it take a little bit longer, but I also discovered how well the immersion blender works for trying to emulsify something like a mayonnaise, or for me, a Caesar dressing. I made homemade Caesar dressing. I ate so much goddamn salsa this week. And the only bad thing is the shit only lasts like 3 days because it's made with a raw egg. I also found out that using the whole egg instead of just the yolk makes it taste worse. So next week, we're going to get back on our cooking grind. We are going to continue the motivation. Moving on, in case you guys were wondering why the podcast is starting so early, it's because I'm going to my first NHL game of the year. I think it's our final preseason game. The Las Vegas Golden Knights take on the San Jose Sharks. Are they still in San Jose? These teams keep jumping around and changing names. Also, speaking of that, I watched a couple of preseason games. I don't recognize a goddamn player's name on our team. And I'm slowly realizing that with these professional sports, there's really no reason to get attached to any one player because they're going to be gone next year, or at best, they stay for like 3 years. So I feel like a real casual fan. I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. To be fair, I'm not a lifelong hockey player or viewer. I've never played hockey. I've never even swung a fucking hockey stick. Ice skating, I maybe have done 5 times. I only recently discovered that ice existed a few years ago because I live in one of the hottest places on the fucking planet. So, I'm watching these preseason games. I don't know a single player's name. Can you imagine if somebody came up to me on one of those Instagram, TikTok videos and they're like, name your 5 favorite players that are playing tonight? I'd be like, bro, I don't even know that the new players are not. I could name the players that I liked 4 years ago, but I can't name the players that are currently playing right now. And I guess it doesn't help that it's preseason, and it doesn't help that I'm not involved in like the draft or anything. I don't watch that stuff. I don't pay attention. But hopefully I'll continue getting into it. Maybe it's one of those things where I'm more of a fan of Las Vegas having a pro sport team that I can go watch affordably. I'm a bigger fan of that experience than specifically being a fan of hockey, because I still find myself watching hockey and the ref will make a call and I'll go, well, what does that mean? I still have that, but maybe that exists in a lot of sports, although it's pretty rare in skateboarding, the main sport that I've dedicated my whole life to. I'm never watching a pro contest and I go, well, what trick was that? I'm never like, oh, I wonder if they're going to give that a good score. I'm never left wondering. Versus in hockey, sometimes I think we scored and we didn't. Sometimes I think we didn't score and we did. Like I'm as far as knowing what's going on, I'm pretty far behind. But either way, still really happy to be a part of it. Let's talk a little bit again about skateboarding. I want to shout out Clyde Singleton's podcast. It's called WCRP by Clyde Singleton, a really good pro skater from the 90s and 2000s who still skates today. He does a podcast where he interviews pro skaters. He's not paying me to say this or anything, but he did give me advertising on his podcast, and I promoted the Instagram Steve Hates Skating, and I made a whole little radio commercial. My first time making an audio style promotion for myself, and it came out really good. So if you guys are looking for skate related podcasts, I know like this podcast, for example, we don't ever have guests, and I don't really talk about skating that much. And when I do, I'm usually just bitching about something. But Clyde is a lot more positive of a guy, and I listened to his podcast just a few days ago, and it was really good. So appreciate the advertising, and I wanted to shout it out. If you guys are podcast listeners, at least give it a chance. And the one I listened to was the Chris Sen episode. He told me one of the next episodes coming out is Christian Svitak. I know some of these names might be before your time, But looking at how the older guys approached skateboarding and their perspective on it, especially if you began skating in the past 5 years, I think it might be fun for you guys to watch, or at least enlightening. You know, it's also good. It's good for the soul to know where your passion existed 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And for me, it's fun to see that there's still a lot of skaters with the mentality that existed in the 90s and 2000s versus today. And I'm trying not to be that old man that says like skating's full of pussies today. I don't want to be that old guy that walked uphill in the snow, but it has changed dramatically. And when I hear some new generational skater be like, what do you mean you're making fun of someone else's pants? Skating's all about inclusivity and positivity. And I'm like, bro, skateboarding, see, in your little window of the world that where you only see your corner of skateboarding, I love that for you. I love all that positivity bullshit. But to pretend that skating's always been like that, it's like you're just closing your eyes. All right. Hazing and bullying used to be a part of making friends, and the culture's changed, and that's fine. And I'm not saying that way was better or worse, or this way's better or worse, but I'm saying that shit existed. And a lot of people today have no fucking clue about it. They would call me a liar. So in that regard, I think that's why talking to the old guys is valuable. So whatever, just a little bit of my 2 cents for you guys. Check out his podcast. What else do I have here? Speaking of skating, I always, pretty much every week now, I come on here and I complain. I mean, not really complain. I sort of laugh at something dumb that I've read on an Instagram comment, because all these kids, they want to prove me wrong and they want to call me dumb. They put so much effort into them being right, even though they're discussing something they have zero knowledge of, being skateboarding. I get a lot of people that have skated for 8 months, and they're gonna tell me what the culture's about and what it's supposed to represent to them. Like, dude, I don't really care, man. Go write a book or something. Go do a homework assignment on it. All right, I'm the one out here actually doing the tricks that you've never fucking ever seen or been able to do. You fat fuck. You guys are all playing video games now. What happened was I got a comment today on one of my posts, and it said, "You only talk shit on like small up and coming skateboarders. You would never talk shit on like a professional video like all the ones I've been tagging you in. Whenever I tag you in something, it's crickets. You must be afraid to talk to me." And I was like, bro, I get hundreds and hundreds of tags a day, and I don't even look at that page on my Instagram. I don't even look at it because it's unconcerning to me. I'm so unconcerned with people tagging me in videos just to make my own joke that I made. They're going to make my joke back to me. I do check all the comments of people that comment directly on my shit. Those are the comments I read with my eyes and I see. But this kid was arguing with himself off in Fantasyland, was arguing with himself. And because I didn't notice that he existed, the kid was like, "Ha, I proved you wrong multiple times." And he had no understanding of, bro, I didn't even notice you. I didn't even know you existed. My phone doesn't light up and start blinking whenever you tag me in some shit, dude. Also, the fact that you're spending all of this time tagging me, and that's you like winning. I showed him. I wrote some comments that he didn't notice, and he must feel stupid right now. Every time he opens his phone, I bet Ninja Lifestyle looks down and goes, "I feel dumb." And I wrote back to this guy. I said, "I didn't even notice you were tagging me. I don't check those pages. If you want me to notice your comment, you have to comment on my shit. I don't go to your. If you were interesting, I'd be on your profile. I'd be clicking your pictures and leaving comments on your shit. If you little angry, angsty 16-year-olds were mildly interesting, I'd click your profile and respond directly to you. But, you got to learn how to skate switch for me to be even like for you to somewhat be on my radar, and most of you are going to quit before that ever occurs. I try not to be like a mean big dog about being able to do skateboarding tricks, but people are so passionate about some shit they have no knowledge of. And yeah, I guess this guy, he wrote, yeah, I tagged you in a Mark Johnson video and it was crickets. I say, what do you, where, who, when, where, how? You're unnoticeable. It'd be like, you might as well be in your mirror late at night with all the lights off going, bloody ninja lifestyle, bloody ninja lifestyle, bloody ninja lifestyle. I bet he notices what I'm doing right now. I bet a magical spell can make him bothered by me uttering his name in the mirror late at night. You might as well do that because I noticed you an equal amount to you tagging some shit that would never, my shit, like my phone doesn't light up. I don't have notifications on. And you see that this channel's growing faster than any account that I've had, other than when my YouTube was really blowing up. This channel's blowing up. Not making any money off of it. I'm just saying it becomes hard to navigate with all that shit going on. So it's funny that because I'm now busy, I'm too busy to deal with that shit. The kid took that as a win. And I had another comment. We're going to keep this going. I think it might be like some extreme autism or something going on in the world. I had some other shit happen where some guy just came onto my shit and he started saying, you're fat, you're ugly, or whatever. And he was like, see, how does it feel? And I was like, what do you mean, how does it feel? You're not, me and you are not doing the same thing. I'm criticizing skateboarders by looking at what they do. If they drag their heel, I say you dragged your heel. If your hand touched the ground, I say your hand touched the ground. I don't bring up their fucking weight or their family or whatever. I simply observe and report. I walk outside, I say, smells like the grass was cut. Oh, the sky is blue. Oh, there goes a car driving by. None of those are opinions. I just observed. Those are things that happened. They're facts that happened. And he goes, oh, you're just mad that when someone talks shit to you, you can't dish it out. And I was like, bro, go watch my footage. If you want, we're doing apples to oranges. If you want to call me out on toe drags and heel drags, you're going to have to find me doing it. You're going to have to find proof of me doing it. I'll wait. I'll wait for you to find a video of me skating as shitty as modern pros. I'll wait. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of clips of me skating. Go feel free to be a hater against me. All you just observe my video parts. Observe them and see how sloppy and lazy they are. Have fun. And then the guy said, see, now I know I'm under your skin because I'm punching you back. It's like in boxing. If we were boxing, and you threw the first punch and I punched you back. And I was like, bro, you want to sound tough so bad that you just pretended an Instagram comment was the same as punching someone. That's the mental gymnastics there is insane. That was the metaphor you came up with. Me calling lazy people lazy is the equivalent of you punching me. I said, you know what, dude? Maybe if you keep punching me, you can punch me every single day. You can punch me multiple times daily when you leave a little comment on my channel. You can punch me thousands of times. And maybe one day it'll hurt me the way that my comment hurt you. Maybe, maybe if you punch me 100,000 more times, I would be as upset as you currently are. Unfortunately, I'm still going to make these videos where I spend a lot of time laughing and giggling, and I make other people laugh as well. Just one of those things. One more little thing to complain about as far as the internet goes. I have a series where the skateboarders submit their videos to me, and they send me a DM, and usually when I respond, I write, thanks for sending your video. I have you in the list. There's a lot of videos in front of you. So you're going to have to wait your turn for me to review your video. It will probably be a few weeks. I say that, and they acknowledge that. There's a lot of people in front of you. It will probably be a few weeks. And then people say, did you do my video yet? and I say, there's an easy way to find out. You could watch my videos. You could watch my channel. That way you would know when your video comes out. I'm not sure why you want me to spend hours filming and editing a video, trying to break down your style to make you into a better video maker, but you won't even bother hitting follow on my shit? And now I have to hurry up so that I don't ruffle your feathers? I think that's really weird, but also I think it's a big, like, I'm hurry up. It's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. I'm putting out 7 videos a week. I'm outworking everyone else in skateboarding media right now is getting outworked by me. So I'm trying to keep up with the people submitting videos, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. And then I have people that submit the video. I say, hey, you're in the list. It'll probably be 6-8 weeks. I'm not sure. It depends on the workload. It depends on how many videos Thrasher puts out. And then someone sent me their video again. And then they sent it again. And I said, hey, you're already in the list, man. And then they went on my personal profile and sent it again. And then sent it again. And then sent it a 6th time. 6 times. And finally I wrote, hey, what's the deal, man? Because if everyone was annoying like you, I'd have to cancel the whole series. My DMs would be so cluttered and clogged that I wouldn't even be able to do the series anymore. So I'm just wondering, if, like, what kind of mentality, are we there yet? 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 Did you do my video yet? Is he do my video yet? Is my video gone yet? Am I up next? Is my video? Oh, here's my video. Here's my video. Here's my video. Here's my video. In what world, like, where else in your life has that worked? Hey, can I get your number? 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 You wanna fuck? 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 I think you're hot. I think you're hot. I think you're hot. I think you're hot. Like, has that ever worked? I'd like a small fry, a small fry. I want small fry, small fry. No, only one. You said it 6 times. I know, but I want one small fry. Okay, it's already been ordered. Okay, the guy's putting it in the bag right now. Yeah, but I want small fries. Yeah, but I want small fries, small fries. When in your life did that pattern become something that you thought would work? And why are you using it on me? I don't know what kind of optimism is that, to where you would believe that would somehow help your case. You know what I mean? You're getting pulled over for a ticket. Can I see your license? I didn't do anything. 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 You're going to fucking jail. You're going to go to fucking jail. So I don't know where, is it an internet thing? Is it ADD? Is it autism? What the fuck is going on with all of you? Internet, new generation fucking skateboarders. What the fuck is going on in your brain? What makes you think this is helpful? I don't fucking understand it. What the fuck? Like, all right, okay. Just moving on. Yeah, just a reminder, if you ask me a question once and I answer it, I say, yeah, sure, I'd love to review your video. I would love to review your video. I'd love to. It's going to take me a while because I have a lot of other people that are in front of you in line. And then you just say, cool, man, thanks. I'll look out for it. And that's the end of the conversation. And now we've just had an adult conversation. But we can't. We can't do that. Can I tell you guys, I have a problem. I have this problem where oftentimes out in the world, my mind goes to the worst case scenario, even though nothing is wrong. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. The other day I was walking my dog through like a desert. It's actually like a drainage reservoir, but it never rains here. So it's dry. It's a big, like multiple football sized field desert that's like inside of a little valley. So I walk down into it. There's never people there. There's a bunch of trash from, the floodwaters bring the trash. Other than that, just a big desert, and I can let my dog free. My dog can go look at lizards and chase birds and sniff ants and shit. And it's just a good time. But whenever I'm down there, there's like some tunnels over there and some tunnels over there. And every once in a while, I'll see somebody who looks like a tweaker or homeless or something, and I'll walk the other direction. I mean, I have a gun on me anyways, but I'd rather just not even have a conversation. So it happened. I'm walking around, I see a tweaker, he's walking towards me. I just go the other way. You know, why? Who wants to go through that? No, I don't have any change. No, I don't have any drugs. No, I'm fresh out of meth. I'm sorry, I ran out. I smoked it all in that tunnel. I was in that tunnel and I smoked all the meth. I don't have any left. Anyways, I'd rather avoid the whole conversation. I walked up the hill. I walked the other way. The sun's going down, and I see another guy. And I'm passing this corner where I'm right next to a fire station. You know, I'm streaming. I'm looking at the fire trucks. I'm walking by, and I go, oh, fuck, another tweaker, dude. So then I'm like, well, I hope he doesn't try to pet my dog. I hope this stinking ass, weird, homeless tweaker doesn't bother me. And the sun's going down. It's kind of dark. I have my headlamp on. I have a little portable headlamp, so I can walk around in the dark, no problem. I won't step on some spider or snake or something. Not that I've ever seen those. I'm just saying it's good to be lit up when you're in the middle of nowhere with no lights around. And I'm walking, I see this fucking guy, shady character walking by, and I'm streaming on my phone. I'm like, oh, I bet this fucking guy, hope this fucking guy doesn't want a problem, man. A piece of shit, fucking tweakers in his neighborhood. I just turned around because of one tweaker, and here's another one, piece of shit. And I'm having all these thoughts in my head to where like, oh, what if he did some dumb shit? What if he starts talking shit? What if he makes a move on me? My dog's not gonna help. What if the dog gets loose and runs away? I have all these crazy, like, irrational thoughts. None of those things are gonna happen, by the way. Anyways, I get up close to him. Turns out it's a fucking firefighter. It was just a firefighter. He works at the fire station. He was stretching his legs. He just walked up into the desert, you know, did a big circle, looked on his cell phone and walked away. But my first thought was, dangerous tweaker's gonna bother me. Turned out regular, upstanding member of society, minding his own fucking business. What makes me think like that? Why am I so negative? Why do I look at a regular human being just walking around? My first thought is, oh, I bet it's a vampire. I better get my steak and my garlic ready. I'm like, it's just a person walking by. Dietrich says it's anxiety. I don't know what it is. It was a regular ass guy. I said, how you doing? He goes, oh, doing good. I saw it said fire station on his fucking shoulder. Right, he's right next to the fire station. Oh, why do I think like that, man? I need to do better. That's the common internet insult right now, right? Do better. Do better. Well, this time I really do need to do a little bit better. Anyways, that's all I have for the podcast. I have a trivia question. First person to answer this trivia question correctly gets a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack sent directly to you as long as you live in America. The trivia question today is it's going to be easier than last week. Last week I asked what's the biggest type of cat. Turns out there's fucking 5 different answers from depending on who you ask. Wikipedia says one thing, fucking cats.com says the other thing, lions.net says the other thing, fucking AI says another thing. Who fucking knows? This time we're all going to be on the same page, all right? Whoever answers this question correctly wins. What is 10 times 10 times 11? All right, don't think too hard. What is 10 times 10 times 11? First one to answer that question correctly gets a free sticker pack. Satrib! Satrib! Wait a minute, Satrib. Aren't you in Australia? If I get a sticker pack to you, it's going to take some time because I have to go to the post office and get international stamps. Lucas, you are the actual winner this week. Satrib, I'll work something out with you in the future. Lucas, you are the winner. Send me a DM after the podcast with your name and address, and I will ship these out. You're in Brazil? Oh, you piece of shit. Obrigado. Piece of shit. Fletcher, you are not the winner. You are actually still stupid. iBookBoy lives in the UK. Dietrich has the brain of a small ant, and still none of you have answered the question correctly. This is absolutely disappointing. On the heels of last week, where no one could figure out the world's biggest cat, now I realize times tables was also something that's going to stump my entire goddamn chat room. Captain Chloroform, you are the winner. Send me your address. My God, you guys are so disappointing sometimes, but I love you. I love you guys. Chloroform, you're the winner. Send me a DM with your information after the podcast. I'll get back to you. I finished the series Black Rabbit on Netflix. I thought it was good. It's worthy of watching. Watch one episode. If you don't like episode 1, don't watch the rest of it. But high anxiety, high action, and pretty interesting twists. Pretty interesting closure. I would say I would recommend it. Is it Breaking Bad? Maybe not, you know. But is it better than X-Files? Yes. I mean, you did the lows and the highs, right? The lows and the highs. If you guys are mildly interested in watching a new show, like with your significant other or whatever, check out Black Rabbit. I also, last night, I drank 2 Steel Reserves and I smoked a ton of weed and I watched Dodgeball in like 4K. The movie, listen, I'm finding out that now that I have a nice TV, a much nicer TV than I used to have. I used to get all the cheapest bullshit as TVs. Now I have a somewhat nicer TV. I can watch everything in Ultra HD. These movies are so much funnier because I can really see, I can zoom in my eyes into the actors' faces and it makes everything so much funnier. The overacting in these comedy movies is so fucking funny. And it was lost on me before because all my TVs are cheap, shitty TVs, or I'd be watching clips on like YouTube, but they're all blurry and fucked up. Fucking Chuck Norris, dude. Yeah. Dodgeball, I used to think it was just a regular slapstick bullshit comedy. I watched it again, drunk and high, and I felt like I was watching something that deserved an Academy Award. So definitely check that out. If it's been a while since you've watched it, it's called Dodgeball. It's a comedy. Basically they try to make all those crazy like high school football games, like Remember the Titans. They turned that into a dodgeball movie and made it funny. So check it out. Anyways, can I get a oh hell yeah from everyone who remained here in the chat? I appreciate you guys all hanging out. If you tuned in late, don't worry. The repeat of this podcast comes out on Sundays. It comes out on iTunes, on Spotify, on Podbean, on YouTube, anywhere where podcasts can be found. Extra big shout out to D-Trick for the support today. He donated $25 as a moment of solitude, because we both don't like people that smoke too much weed around children. You can live your life the way you want, you know, but if you go to the skate park and you smoke weed onto all the kids, I think you're kind of lame. He agreed with that sentiment and he paid for my first beer tonight. That usually would buy me about 8 beers. But when you're at a big stadium or a professional sporting event, those beers go up to about $18. So, you know what? I'll chug one in the parking lot and that'll be for you. Appreciate the support from all you guys. Feel free to subscribe, send money if you got money. If you don't have money, don't worry. You can still support the podcast by telling a friend. Shout out to D-Trick, Fletcher, iBook Boy, Quaint, D-Trick, Moobot, Fat, Rez, Monkey, Alien, UFOs are real. The stream will continue, but as far as the podcast, that's all I have for you guys today. As I always say, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there and don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. Watch my video, 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 watch my video. Oh, since you asked that many times, yeah, that sounds like a really logical idea.